When Black Ops 7 made the bold decision to bring open matchmaking to their beta, it was universally loved by this community. And we begged and pleaded for it to be in the full launch of the game. And that's what we got, alongside persistent lobbies. All of this seemed like a giant win for the community. But why is it that the matchmaking right now in Black Ops 7 feels completely different to what we experienced during the beta? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Ferocity here. I'm going to get a little anecdotal in this video. I'm going to talk about my personal experience with Black Ops 7 thus far, because that's really all I have to go off of. We don't have a ton of data at this point in time to really get into the nitty-gritty about what's going on with the matchmaking. But to me, something's up. And I know by judging from all of the different posts I've been reading, whether it's on Reddit, on X, or videos I've watched here on YouTube, other people are feeling the same. But let me start with my own personal experience, and then we'll kind of extrapolate into how the rest of the community is feeling. So let's start this off by going all the way back to the beginning of the Black Ops 7 beta. I can't say I was extremely excited for the launch of Black Ops 7's beta. I was hopeful that something would grab me and something would entice me to be excited about the game, but I was skeptical. And through the first, 36 hours of the beta, I was extremely skeptical. The game just wasn't fun. It wasn't resonating with me. I saw some glimpses of hope. I was enjoying the maps we had, but something was missing. And then Treyarch dropped the bombshell of open matchmaking. And pretty much right away, I did a complete 180. I went from being skeptical about what Black Ops 7 could be to realizing exactly what it could be and getting excited about it. The maps shone into different light. The gameplay was more enjoyable. And at the core of it all, I was having fun. One of the biggest things I noticed from early on in the beta to when the open mosh pit dropped was my ping. My ping went from normally like 60 to 80 down to 25 to 30. That was the consistent connection I was on. And in addition to that, I didn't experience any packet burst, any issues from that side of things. So that was great. And I was hopeful that this would continue when the full game came out. And of course, I was extremely pumped when I saw all of the news surrounding open matchmaking coming into Black Ops 7, persistent lobbies were coming back. Why wouldn't I be happy about this? These were all things I had been asking for, and we were finally receiving. So there's a lot to be optimistic about. And then I got my hands on Black Ops 7. And something's different about the matchmaking. The matchmaking we got in the beta, not the same as this. It's simply not. I don't know what they changed, but something is different. My first sign that something changed was my ping. My ping in the beta during the open mosh pit sessions were about 25 to 30. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, but generally around that 25 to 30. Now it's tough for me to find ping under 50. So that was my first indication that something was off. Something was different between the beta matchmaking and the matchmaking we're receiving right now. My second indication was the types of games I was getting. See, during the beta, once open matchmaking was introduced, it really felt like a switch flipped. Something changed fundamentally in the types of games you were getting. Everything was completely randomized and it was unpredictable. I know for a lot of people, the skill-based matchmaking system is this repetitive pattern of lose a bunch of games, win out blowout games so that you're engaged to play some more, and then repeat the cycle. But with open matchmaking, that wasn't present. You weren't getting these scheduled losses or these scheduled wins. You were just being matched up against whomever was next to you. And it was fantastic. It was exactly what we had all asked for. You'd have some good games, you'd have some bad games, you'd have some really, really close games. But now, since the launch of Black Ops 7, it feels like everything's been brought closer to the center, where the standard deviation of the games you're getting seem to be closer together. a lot more tight games that keep you engaged for longer. Sure, you'll have a blowout win or loss here and there, but they don't happen near as often as they did during the beta. Everything is becoming closer. I couldn't tell you the amount of domination, kill confirmed, team deathmatch, hardpoint games that come down within a couple points of one another. In a true open matchmaking system, this shouldn't happen as often as it's happening right now. So it feels like something else is going on. It feels like maybe skill is a little bit more considered than it was during the beta. And I'll give you guys my third indication. Time to match. See, this was always a pet peeve of mine in games like Black Ops 6 and MW3 and MW2. It felt like the game took forever to match you into a lobby. But once open matchmaking was introduced in Black Ops 7's beta, it felt like time to match went from 50 seconds to 5 seconds. It was a completely different experience. You just hit the open mosh pit and all of a sudden you're in a game. It was great. But something changed when Black Ops 7 fully launched. That time to match went from 5 seconds to 30 to 40 seconds. And it's something Merc Music talked about in a video I'm going to link down below that you guys should definitely check out. Because he goes in depth about what's going on with the matchmaking in Black Ops 7. Because it's something we all care about. Because an open matchmaking system is the better system. Unfortunately, right now, it feels like Activision is doing something behind the scenes to almost sabotage it so that more people move to the standard playlist so they can say, hey, look at that. Our data shows people prefer standard, and they can shoehorn more skill-based matchmaking down our throat. And for me, I really want to hold the line here and say that open matchmaking is what I want in Call of Duty. Something is up, and something definitely needs to be talked about from Treyarch and Activision's side of things. I know they keep reiterating that skill is minimally considered, and that's the extent of the transparency they'll give us. But what does that mean? What does minimally considered mean? Because based on the algorithm you're using, you could say the minimum weighting for skill could be 50%. That's skill being minimally considered. It's not like it's at 5% or 10%. No, it could be weighted at 50, and that's their version of minimal. That's the problem. It seems like ping and time to match have become secondary to something else. Because it was very clear during the beta, those were the primary tools that they were matching players together. I know this has been 8 minutes of me talking about personal anecdotes about my experience here on Black Ops 7, but I know I'm not alone. I've seen the posts on Reddit, I've seen them on Twitter, I've seen them across YouTube. People know something is off here. The game isn't just sweatier than usual. It's not the same as it was during the beta. What brought a lot of people into this game was the experience they had in the beta, and you've taken that away from them. You've exchanged it with something else. Something a little bit less authentic than what we had before. I don't know why you would do this, because a lot of people were brought in by your beta, but I think you need to revert it back. Give us back what you had before. That's what I honestly would like to see. I'm not saying I want to be spoon-fed easy games. That's not what this is about. I want that consistent ping I was on during the beta. I want that consistent time to match that I was on during the beta. I want the experience to resemble what I had during the beta, which would mean as well less desync and packet burst, because neither of those things were issues during the beta either. So the big question that I'm going to finish this video off with is, why does this game that costs $70 to play perform so much worse than what you had during the beta? What did you change, Treyarch? What did you influence, Activision? Did Infinity Ward get their greedy hands on this? I really hope not. Oh, I'm not looking forward to Modern Warfare 4, guys. I don't know if I've made that clear here on this channel. Not looking forward to that game. But that's going to be where I leave it today. I want to turn it over to you. How do you feel about the matchmaking so far in Black Ops 7? Do you think it stayed true to the open matchmaking essence and that skill is actually minimally considered? Or do you think something more nefarious is happening? Please let me know with a comment down below. And as always, guys, I thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.